It's your boy Mysonne, NY General. We cross as finest as us. We in the building. Shout out to that Splashy TV, nigga. Watch me. Splash, splash. I definitely have a relationship with a lot of Black Wall Street, EXO, New Jersey Devil, Canary, me and Menace done music together. You know, it's a large family. You know, I have some I'm more close to, like me and New Jersey Devil do a lot of more stuff. Me and EXO communicate, call back on the phone. I'll text Canary about certain things. We've got music coming out together. You know what I'm saying? It's certain more Juice. Shout out to Juice. Like, you know, me and him have more relationship. Some of us are closer than others, but at the end of the day, I think that's what Black Wall Street is compiled of individual stars, individual artists that can individually shine on their own in their own prospective cities and states. Like Juice got his movement in Arizona, you know. Canary, the first lady, she's doing her thing out in LA. EXO been doing his thing. Jers was over in Jers on the West Coast. He was like on the East Coast. He's moved out to LA now. So, you know, it's compiled of, and then Menace got his own following. I think everybody has their own thing and just brings it together. I think soon you're gonna see a lot more, you know, Black Wall Street artists doing a lot more collaborations and uniting, you know, because Game just finished the Red album, which is definitely a classic. And, you know, so we're gonna, now that we got the Red album up and running and everything's good with that, you know, we can focus more on putting group projects and things together like that. So, you know, I definitely have a lot of respect and a lot of camaraderie with a lot of the Black Wall Street artists. As far as the whole Double XL and Little B thing, I just felt like, you know, like everybody has an opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like, you might think something is hot that I don't think is hot. You know, I might think something is whack that you might think is whack. But certain things are universally whack. You know what I'm saying? Like certain things you look at, you know, that's just whack. If 9 out of 10 people say it's whack and it don't make sense, then it just doesn't make sense. You know, when 9 out of 10 people say that, damn, this thing is whack and this and that, when you listen to music and it doesn't even, fuck that you don't like the music, that it doesn't sound good. Fuck that it's offensive to people. That the person is offensive to other people, that, you know, that you can tell that he just doing things just to build some type of buzz and just to get recognition. When you talk about, I'm gonna fuck Kanye in the ass if he don't listen to me, and then you talk about this one, you want to go at this one, and then you doing music, bitch on my dick because I look like Jesus in the church. Like, it's just certain shit that to me, it's against what I stand for. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't even represent hip hop. I don't think that you'll get any forefather of hip hop, anybody that has anything that really is in hip hop base, to say that Little B represents hip hop. You know what I'm saying? You can say, oh, I respect his grind. If you respect his grind, then that's on you. But the reality for you to say that he is one of the top 10 up-and-coming hip-hop artists and put him in a class with dudes like my man Fred and Kendrick Lamar and, you know, and who else was on there? It was a bunch of them, Yellow Wolf, like people who actually artists. When you listen to music, it's music. It's not just some bullshit. The words don't rhyme, you're not on beat. It's like there has to be a criteria for you to be in hip hop. I figured out that that mainstream is not as relevant as it once was. You know, if you look at most of the top artists right now, they come from viral and building their own buzz throughout the internet. And I figured out how to utilize the internet. The internet can get you a lot farther than your local radio station can. You know what I'm saying? Your local radio station is heard by probably 3 states, 2 to 4 states the most. But with the internet, people from China and Africa and Russia can get your music, and they become your fan. And you build your own fan base, you build your own buzz, and you get the people who get your message. You're not trying to get to somebody that doesn't get it anyway, because once you get on the internet, the people who are looking for what you got are gonna find you. You know what I'm saying? They type in the criteria, they type in the name. Every time you put up music, they gonna get it and they support that. And you know, and that's my whole purpose for doing music anyways, to give it to the people that want it. Like, you know, some people don't want to hear nothing that has substance. Some people don't want to hear reality. Some people rather escape reality. So at some point, that's good, you know. And I even have music at some point where you escape reality. It's fun. We want to have fun, but at some point, I think that people want reality in music again because it's so far-fetched. So the internet gives me the ability to do that. I can put out whatever I want. I can say whatever I want, and I don't have to be censored. I don't have to feel as if I'm catering to someone else, or I have to do this because they don't want me to do it, or I can't say this. You know, the internet is beautiful for me, so I just figured out a way to utilize it, and it's just been incredible, man. The feedback and the love and the fan base that I built, you know, I'm thankful for it. I mean, I draw of life experience mainly, you know. I just think music is the expression itself. I think if you look back historically throughout music, all the great artists, they gave you themselves. So that's what makes the people gravitate to you, because they're able to connect with you. I think when you give your experiences, there's so many people who identify with those experiences because, you know, there's no one experience that you've only had. Most people have shared the same experience you had, but just in different forms. So when you're able to break down the experience in a mind state that someone else experienced from millions of miles away, and they're able to say, damn, I've been through that. Or even if they haven't been through it, like, damn, I could just imagine that. Like, or they respect the fact that you're able to give yourself like that. It just makes you so much more of a real person. It's something that they can, like, my favorite artist of all time is Tupac. And the reason why is because I felt like Tupac was somebody I knew. Like, listening to Tupac's music, I was sure that if I met Tupac, I knew the conversation. I used to imagine the conversation we would have. I was 100% sure. And then when I was able to meet him one time, his demeanor didn't fall far from the music. You know what I'm saying? So I think that when you give people who you are in your music, you can't disappoint anybody. You know, it's like when you meet somebody and you tell them, yo, this is, and you have a conversation with somebody, you real with them, they know what to expect from you. So they base their friendship on what it really is, the real you. But when you give somebody and you faking with them, and then they start realizing this, you don't really do that, or you don't really do that. Now the relationship is bound to fall apart because they were attached to something that wasn't real from the beginning. So I just think that the more you give people that's real, the only thing they can do. So the people who don't like what you give them, it's not going to fuck with you anyway. So the people who you attract are going to be the people that are like you. So that's been my whole mentality. Like, I don't want to do music just because everybody's doing that music. I want to do music that I'm comfortable with, that at the end of the day, I can back it up. When you ask me about it, I can say, yeah, I did that because this was this, that, and the third. And yeah, I've lived that, been through that, these certain things. So that's what I draw my whole inspiration from my music.